Welcome back to On Purpose, the podcast where we dive deep into what it means to live with intention and meaning in every area of our lives, including our relationship with money. Today, I want you to pause and consider a powerful question. Do you truly believe that money loves you unconditionally, or do you feel you must constantly hustle, strive, and prove yourself to earn its affection and presence in your life? This question can reveal so much about our inner beliefs around abundance, self-worth, and what we think we deserve. For most of us, money feels conditional, something we must chase, something that only comes when we've worked hard enough or sacrificed enough. We're taught from a young age that money is a reward for relentless effort and sacrifice, and that its presence in our lives depends on our productivity and output. But what if this belief is just a story we've inherited from society, family, or culture, not a universal truth that applies to everyone? Let's take a moment to explore where these beliefs actually come from and how they quietly shape our reality every single day. We'll challenge the idea that we must suffer or struggle to deserve wealth, and instead begin to reframe money as a form of energy, one that responds to our mindset, our emotions, and the stories we tell ourselves. This isn't about quick financial tips or budgeting hacks. It's about healing our relationship with abundance at its very core. If we feel unworthy or undeserving inside, we'll always look for validation from the outside world, including from our bank accounts and material possessions. By the end of today's episode, I hope you'll see money in a completely new light and feel empowered to start rewriting your own money story, one that's rooted in self-worth, possibility, and abundance. Let's begin this journey together. Where does the feeling that we must earn money's love come from? Why do so many of us feel like we have to prove ourselves to money, as if it's something that must be won over? Often it starts in childhood, long before we even realize it. Our earliest memories around money can leave a lasting imprint. Think back. What messages did you hear about money growing up? Were there unspoken rules or stories that shaped your beliefs? Maybe you heard, "Money doesn't grow on trees," or saw your parents worry about bills, stretching every dollar to make ends meet. These early experiences teach us that money is scarce and stressful. They can make us feel like money is always just out of reach. If you grew up counting every penny, you likely associate money with fear and anxiety. Even small purchases might trigger guilt or worry. This creates a foundation of scarcity, a belief that abundance is limited and must be fought for, rather than something we can trust will come. These aren't conscious thoughts at first, but emotional residues that shape our adult financial decisions, often without us realizing it. Now compare this to relationships. Imagine feeling you must constantly perform to be loved, always striving to be good enough. We'd call that unhealthy, yet many of us treat money the same way, believing we're only worthy when we're working hard or sacrificing, never feeling quite enough. This creates immense pressure and a deeply conditional relationship with money, one that can be exhausting and unfulfilling. Recognizing this pattern is the first step toward change. Awareness gives us the power to choose a new path. Once we see it, we can begin to shift it. Let's move forward together and start rewriting our money story. Hustle culture amplifies our belief that money must be earned through struggle. We're told to rise and grind, glorifying exhaustion as a badge of honor. The more we suffer, the more we think we deserve. This mindset ties our worthiness for wealth to how much pain we endure. We work ourselves to burnout, believing it's the only path to security, but often end up too exhausted to enjoy what we've earned. Rest feels like a betrayal, and guilt creeps in when we slow down. This mirrors conditional relationships. If you're only loved for what you do, you never feel secure. Hustle culture turns money into a transaction based on frantic effort, not inherent worth. But effort alone isn't what creates abundance. The energy behind our actions matters just as much. Are you working from joy and service, or from fear and lack? What if you could achieve more with less stress by changing your internal energy? Let's explore how. To break free from this cycle, we must see money not as a number, but as energy, something dynamic, alive, and always in motion. This shift in perspective invites us to look beyond the surface and recognize the deeper role money plays in our lives. Money is a current that flows, a medium of exchange for value and service. It moves between people, businesses, and communities, connecting us all in a web of giving and receiving. When you provide value, money flows back as a form of energy, reflecting the impact you've made. The more genuine value you offer, the more naturally this energy returns to you. If we hoard money out of fear, we constrict its flow, like damming a river. The energy stagnates, and opportunities dry up, leaving us feeling stuck and anxious. A healthy financial life means letting energy flow in and out, receiving gratefully, circulating joyfully. When we allow money to move, we invite more abundance and create positive ripples in our lives and the lives of others. Money is neutral. It responds to the energy we bring. It doesn't judge or discriminate. It simply amplifies our intentions and beliefs. If we operate from fear and scarcity, we repel abundance or experience it with anxiety. Our mindset shapes our reality, and fear can block the very flow we seek. But if we cultivate gratitude, trust, and self-worth, we become a match for abundance. We open ourselves to receive, and life responds in kind, often in unexpected ways. This isn't about wishful thinking. Action is still needed, but inspired action flows from alignment. When your beliefs and actions are in harmony, progress feels natural and fulfilling. When you act from worthiness, your actions are more effective and joyful. You approach challenges with creativity and resilience, and success feels more meaningful. You stop hustling from desperation and start co-creating with confidence. Your energy attracts opportunities and supportive people, making the journey more enjoyable. Opportunities become clearer, and your work expresses your purpose. This shift changes everything, opening doors to a more abundant, fulfilling, and empowered life. Let's return to the idea of unconditional love. We understand it in relationships, being loved for who we are, not what we do. What if money, or the energy of abundance, already accepts you unconditionally? We're taught we must become good enough for money. But what if your worthiness was never in question? Imagine how you'd act if you truly believed money loved you unconditionally. You'd take risks, invest in yourself, and trust you're supported. You'd stop making decisions from fear and start from trust and expansion. The struggle and hustle are forms of resistance that block abundance. When you believe in your own worthiness, those walls crumble. You open to receive and notice opportunities that fear once hid from you. This is the power of shifting your belief. This brings us to the law of attraction, like attracts like. It's not about wishing for wealth, but about the energy you embody. You can repeat affirmations, but if you don't feel worthy, you send mixed signals. The secret isn't focusing on money, but on cultivating self-worth. Your relationship with money mirrors your relationship with yourself. If you feel undeserving, you'll sabotage financial success. That's why some people lose sudden wealth. They're not aligned internally. The real work is healing old beliefs about scarcity and unworthiness. As you learn to love and accept yourself, your energy rises. You become a magnet for abundance that matches your higher vibration. Alignment is more powerful than hustle. When you're in harmony with your desires, actions become inspired and effortless. You make choices that honor your purpose, and abundance flows more easily. It all starts within. Let's make this practical with a simple journaling exercise. Find a quiet space and write, "Where in my life do I feel I have to earn money's love?" Let your thoughts flow without judgment. Notice beliefs like, "I have to work nonstop to deserve my salary," or "I can't spend on myself until others' needs are met." These are hidden contracts you've made with money. The goal isn't to criticize, but to bring these beliefs into the light with compassion. Once you've listed them, ask, "Is this really true? How does it make me feel? Does it expand or constrict me?" By questioning these beliefs, you loosen their grip. You realize you have a choice. Keep living by old rules, or write a new, more loving money story. Awareness is the first step to change. Here's another powerful practice: mirror work. Stand before a mirror, look into your eyes, and say affirmations like, "I am worthy of abundance just for being me." Speak them out loud and feel their meaning. Notice any resistance, just observe it, then return to the affirmation. Try, "I trust that money flows to me easily and joyfully," or "I release all fear and guilt around money." Repeat these with conviction. This practice creates new neural pathways, replacing scarcity with abundance. Over time, these beliefs become your default. You'll start to think and feel in ways aligned with wealth. It may not happen overnight, but with consistency, you'll notice a shift. Your sense of self-worth grows, and so do your opportunities. Practice daily for lasting change. As we wrap up, remember, your relationship with money shapes your life. For too long, we've treated it as a battle, believing its love is conditional. Today, we explored a new path: self-worth, alignment, and trust. Healing your money story starts with looking within and questioning old beliefs. The journaling and mirror work are acts of self-devotion, signaling you're ready to receive. My invitation: don't let this be just another podcast. Let it spark a new conversation with yourself. What belief about money are you willing to let go of? What new thought will you embrace? The shift to unconditional abundance is a series of small conscious choices. Choose trust, gratitude, and self-worth each day. Share your story in the comments. Your journey can inspire others. Thank you for joining me. Wishing you a week of peace, purpose, and abundance.